In this demo, I'm going to be walking through a number of ways to generate multiple choice items in Lazuli. So in the first example, I'm going to create one by hand. And in this case, I already have the content. I'm just going to build it manually. So I'm going to do a slash and I'm going to type in multiple choice. Here I get my item. I need to go in and edit the item manually. In this case, I want to use this question for the stem. Down here in the answer section, I'm going to paste in my answer choices. In this case, I want to be able to provide specific feedback. So I'm going to go ahead and toggle this on and paste in the feedback I have for each response. So now I have all my possible answer choices, including the feedback that I would like the learners to see for each particular answer choice. If I just want correct, incorrect feedback, I can toggle that off. If I change my mind, I can pull it back and my answer choice specific feedback is still there. I can turn this into a multiple select item by toggling on allow multiple selections. In this case, I want to randomize the order of the answer choices, and I'm going to keep the point value at 1, but I could change it if I want to. And then I want to allow unlimited attempts, so I'm going to leave the learner experience presets set as formative. Then when I'm done editing the item, I click done and I can see my new multiple choice item. Another way to create a multiple choice item in Lazuli is in the co-designer, and there's a few different options here. One is maybe you've already written the item and you want Lazuli to do the manual work of creating the widget with the item. So in this case, I have an item already written in just plain text and I have pasted it in here. So one thing I will add here is, could you create a multiple choice item with this content? And then I have the content pasted below. I get confirmation in the co-designer that it has created the item. I don't see it where I had clicked into the edit space for the course. So I'm going to scroll down and look for that new item. I can spot it easily because it has the outline and I can come in here and accept or reject it. In this case, I'm going to accept it. Then from there, I can further edit if I want to add feedback or refine any of the settings. Another way I can create multiple choice items with the co-designer is to simply ask the co-designer to generate the multiple choice item. So in this case, I chose a topic related to something on the page, create a multiple choice item about morphemes. Okay, and I see confirmation from the co-designer that it has created a multiple choice item. I can look for it at the bottom of the page, and I can see this particular item here. I can go over to the LA and choose to accept the item. And then if I want to edit the item, make any changes, update the feedback that's being provided, choose to randomize the order of the answer choices for the learner, I can go in and make any of those changes. But the work of creating the initial item in the widget is done. Another way to use the co-designer to create a multiple choice item is to provide a more general request. In this case, I've written a prompt that just asks it to create a multiple choice item related to the content of this page. Okay, in this case, the co-designer has created a multiple choice item and also generated an accessibility check report. Today we're focused on the multiple choice item. This is the item that's been added and I can choose to accept or reject it. The final example I'll share with you is using co-designer to create a multiple choice item aligned to a specific objective. So in this case, I've created a short prompt and I have included the objective that I would like the co-designer to consider when creating the item. So in this case, I have confirmation that the item is created. I'll go to the bottom of the page where I can review my item, choose to accept it, and go into edit if I wish to make any changes.